Good morning, my dear students. Next, types of diseases. In order to maintain the health of the body, proper functioning of the body is necessary. If a part of the body is affected by a disease, the general health of the body will also be affected. With the passage of time, the diseases cause severe effects on the body. On the basis of duration for which a disease persists, diseases are classified as acute, that is short term. அதாவது அக்யூட் டிசீஸ் க்ரோனிக் டிசீஸ் டூ டைப்ஸாக இருக்குமா. அக்யூட் மீன்ஸ் ஷார்ட் டைம், க்ரோனிக் மீன்ஸ் லாங் டைம். வாட் இஸ் த ஷார்ட் டைம்? இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஃபீவர், காஃப் இதெல்லாம் வந்ததுன்னா 1 வீக் ஆர் 2 or 3 டேஸில் நமக்கு ரெக்கவரி ஆகி நார்மல் ஹெல்த் ஆயிடுவோம் நம்ம. இன்கேஸ் க்ரோனிக் டிசீஸ்னால் ஈவன் டியூ டு டெத்து, அதாவது ஒன்ஸ் வந்துருச்சுன்னா நம்ம லாங் டைம் நம்ம கடைசி காலம் வரைக்கும் நம்ம கூட இருக்குது. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் டயபெட்டிஸ், cancer, these are all the examples of chronic diseases. Acute and chronic diseases have different effects on the health of an individuals. Acute and chronic diseases. First, acute diseases. Acute diseases are those diseases that occur suddenly and last only for a short durations of time and are generally severe. The person suffering from any acute diseases is not able to perform his normal activity for a few days, but he recovers soon and leads a normal life. Acute diseases are of small durations and do not cause any major adverse effect on health. For example, cough, cold, diarrhea, influenza, etc. Chronic diseases. Next, chronic diseases are those diseases which last for a long time, even lifetime. In the beginning of the disease, it is mild, but slowly it develops and becomes severe. The person suffering from any chronic disease feels tired all the time, experience shortness of breath, poor aptitude and loss of weight. The person became unable to lead a normal life. Since the disease remains for a longer period of time, it causes major adverse health effects on the body. For example, tuberculosis, diabetes, hypertension, asthma, etc. Tuberculosis means TB. We can understand the difference between the two by taking example of cough and cold and tuberculosis. Most of us at one or the other time have suffered from cough and cold. We get well within a week or little more and lead to a normal life, go to school, study, play, etc. We do not have any weight loss, but when we look at a person who is suffering from tuberculosis, we find him weak and tired. He is unable to lead an active normal life. The chronic diseases thus cause long-term damaging effects on our body. நெக்ஸ்ட்டு இன்ஃபெக்டியஸ் அண்டு நான் இன்ஃபெக்டியஸ் டிசீசஸ், அதாவது பரவுதல் நோய், ஸ்ப்ரெட்டாக, அதாவது ஒரு நார்மல் பர்சன்லேருந்து ஹெல்த்தி பர்சனுக்கு ஈஸியாக இன்ஃபெக்ஷன் ஆகக்கூடியது. உடனே இப்போ காஃப் ஆர் ஃபீவர், எனி அதர் டிசீசஸ் இருந்தால் உடனே பை த்ரூ வாட்டர் ஆர் ஏர், இந்த மாதிரி இன்ஃபெக்டட் பர்சன்லேருந்து ஹெல்த்தி பர்சனுக்கு வர்றது தான் இன்ஃபெக்டியஸ். நான் இன்ஃபெக்டியஸ் டிசீசஸ் நம்ம பார்க்க போகிறோம். ஃபஸ்ட்டு இன்ஃபெக்டியஸ் diseases. The diseases which is spread from the infected person to other person in various ways, that is through water, food, physical contact, etc. are called infectious diseases. Pathogens like virus, bacteria, fungi, protozoa and different kinds of worms are the causative agents of these diseases. அதாவது இதுக்கு என்னென்னா மைக்ரோ ஆர்கானிசம்ஸ், பேத்தோஜன், வைரஸ், பாக்டீரியா, இந்த காலரா, அதெல்லாம் நம்மளால் இது புரோட்டோசோவா, ஃபங்கை, இந்த டிசீஸால் வரக்கூடியது இன்ஃபெக்டியஸ் டிசீசஸ் நம்ம சொல்லுவோம். இதால் வரக்கூடியது இன்ஃபெக்டியஸ் டிசீஸ். நான் இன்ஃபெக்டியஸ் diseases, non-communicable. These are non-communicable diseases and they do not transfer from one person disease to the another person, but remain confined in the person who is infected by this disease. Non-communicable diseases occur mostly due to intrinsic factors, malfunctioning of body organs like kidney leads to kidney failure, inadequate diet may lead to anemia and goiter, imbalance in the hormone secretion and leads to dwarfism and diabetes, immune system immune system disorder lead to allergies. Okay. Next, infectious diseases, agents of infectious. What are the agents? Virus, bacteria, fungi, and protozoa. These are various organisms which cause diseases. They belong to different groups like virus, bacteria, fungi, protozoan, and multicellular worms, and are termed as infectious agents. First one, bacteria. These are unicellular prokaryotic microorganisms. The bacteria possess the ability to reproduce very quickly. Bacterial diseases include typhoid, cholera, tuberculosis, anthrax, tetanus, diphtheria, and food poisoning. These are all the examples of bacterial diseases. Next, virus. These are crystalline microorganisms. They cannot reproduce on their own but invade the lining cell, use its metabolic machinery, and multiply within the host cell. Common cold, influenza, SARS, that is the severe acute respiratory syndrome. This is called the SARS. Then AIDS, acute immunodeficiency syndrome, is called AIDS. AIDS, measles, swine flu, that is the H1N1, mumps, polio, smallpox, and chickenpox are caused by viruses. These all are called the virus diseases. Next, protozoan. These are unicellular eukaryotic microorganisms. Protozoan causes malaria that is the Plasmodium, Kala Azar, that is the Leishmania, sleeping sickness, Trypanosoma, and then amoebic dysentery, and Gardia, that is the Gardia. Fungi next. These are multicellular eukaryotic heterotrophic organisms. These cause ringworm, athlete's foot, and many skin infections. Next, Kelminthus. The multicellular worms usually present in the intestine cause tetanus, then ascaris, elephantiasis, etc. These infectious agents are categorized according to some common triads and biochemical pathways which are not shared by any other group of living organisms. The study of infectious agent is useful for deciding the treatment of diseases. A drug that inhibits a biochemical pathway in one member of a group may be effective against other members of the same group. For example, antibiotics block certain biochemical pathways essential for the survival of bacteria and kill them. The antibiotic penicillin prevents the pathway, which plays an important role in the synthesis of cell wall in bacteria, due to which the bacteria cannot synthesize cell wall and dies ultimately. Thus, penicillin acts as an effective drug against those bacteria which use such biochemical processes. Other types of antibiotics also function on the basis of similar principle, like erythromycin and streptomycin, which inhibit ribosome functions, and ciprofloxacin, which inhibits DNA replication. Various drugs treat the viral, fungal, and worm infections. The viruses, however, belong to a different group and lack any biochemical pathway. Thus, antibiotics are not effective against the infectious caused by viruses. Okay, thank you.